You're probably waiting for the right time to do the thing that you'd be doing if you had your choice on what thing you could do. Instead, you've been waiting to go do or be that something because the time's not right or money's not right. Life is lifing, and you think that there's no way that you could move. So you're maintaining the mediocrity of a you'll get your turn philosophy, and you're not really understanding just how much is at stake by you not doing the thing. You don't see a way out right now, that you have options that you could choose. You used to think you could fly. You once believed anything was possible. You imagined and hoped and thought and dreamed, and then somebody stopped you. Someone told you no, hold off, don't, and warned you that you can't, that you couldn't go, you didn't belong, you wouldn't make it, said all that you are, and mentioned that all that you ain't. Someone told you not to see what you were seeing because they couldn't see it too. They didn't see what you were thinking, what you were planning, what you were saying, and so you didn't see it through. Someone didn't make it on their own, or they failed, or maybe never got the chance, and because of that, they can't encourage you to start. Their disappointment turned into doubt, and eventually them discouraging you every chance they get, not necessarily to hurt you, but just because it's hard. It's hard for people to see a vision that is only clear to you. And they're not going to understand such an incredibly impossible assignment that you've already been cleared to do. Still, you've paused, procrastinated, and put off your potential as a practice, and now you're pretty good at doing nothing at all. Plus, you got some people right next to you pretending to be building that thing with you, and they're secretly hoping it falls. Some of them are actually quite obvious. Nothing secret at all. It's no one's fault but yours. That you let what someone said and did be the reason you stopped. You chose to listen, be let down, or be led astray, and those reasons are the only reason that you're not. But you won't see that because you don't want to. And sometimes it sucks to know the truth, that some people know exactly who you are and what you're capable of. They just don't want to know that it's you. And you should be used to that by now. Sad to say, it's par for the course. That you rely and depend and have expectations of people that for some reason seem to not want what's best for you. But that's because they're not your source. They're not your who, what, when, where, or why. They're not instrumental, pivotal, or even necessary, to be honest. It's time you decide that you're going to move on without some very familiar people in your life. Act like you know the difference between solutions and what is a problem. You know, you keep thinking that you're being tested, that you're being tried, and that you're being taught a lesson. What you won't realize is that you do know what's going on, what's been happening, and exactly why it's a blessing. It's no coincidence that you've been restricted, outcast, and unsupported by some people that you've tried to convince by being true. But the point is that you needed to prove to yourself they're only going to believe what they want to believe. You're not going to make them see it, not even by being you. So don't you waste a whole life wishing and wanting only to wait for what might not ever come. The support and celebration from someone intimidated by your potential to do a thing that they might not have even ever done. You better work for it, work towards it, work with it, and get going. There's always going to be a someone or something in your way. You got to move without or with them knowing that it's time to take that jump, that leap, that chance on you, for you, with your wings, whether you think that you're too old, too late, or too scared. Take it because you do know what can happen when you see an opportunity and go after it. And just know that sometimes you got to learn to fly in the air.